Good to go?
Yep. We're just starting.
All right, it is 5 p.m. We'll call this meeting to order. Can we get a roll call?
Derek Jones.
Here.
Katie Cornman.
Here.
Stephen Cox here. Greg Duffy.
Here.
Lane Jones.
Here. All right, item 2, business items, discuss and take possible action on compliance coordinator job description.
That job description's in your packet. This person will be they will become your new minutes clerk at each of the board meetings. They will prepare board agendas. They will also be handling a lot of the compliance pieces as far as accreditation with the State Department, making sure that all of the district entities complete those things. They will serve as the OKTLE liaison, which is a big piece, making sure that evaluations are done in the TLE framework, that all of those reports are submitted to the state. So this is a lot of reporting, as well as a side of really supporting the human resources side. So with benefits, with all of that onboarding procedure, doing a lot of those state reports with SPR and FBA, which are reports to the state dealing with personnel, making sure that people are paid correctly, all of that. There are some checks and balances through the State Department that make sure of that.
Looks like a much needed addition for sure.
Yes, for sure.
What questions do we have?
Was this just falling under a couple different people before? Somebody was doing parts and somebody was doing other parts?
Yes, yes.
Any questions?
I got none.
Eric? Steven?
No, it's not an additional position. It's just a
This is a new
reclassification.
position, but it's like a combination of others. So we will not be replacing the executive assistant to the superintendent. We have moved one of the benefits specialists back to enrollment specialist, because all of this will be housed within that same thing. So it's a new and different position, but it allows us to not fill some positions.
Thank you. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve compliance coordinator job description.
Second.
All right, motion by Steven, second by Derek. Can we get a vote?
Derek.
Yes.
Katie.
Yes.
Stephen, yes. Greg.
Yes.
Lane.
Yes. All right. Item B, discuss and take possible action on payroll clerk job description.
Okay, so the payroll clerk job description really we had one position doing both payroll and encumbrance clerk, and so this is splitting that into two positions, which has honestly been necessary for a long time. This is a huge workload. Also, with the payroll side of this, that will allow this person to just focus on that, and then that encumbrance clerk will be able to do accounts payable more often, which will help with the size we are.
Questions?
Nope. Nope.
All right, I'll make a motion we approve.
Second.
Motion by Lane, second by Greg. Get a vote?
Derek.
Yes.
Katie.
Yes.
Stephen, yes. Greg.
Yes.
Lane.
Yes. Moving on to part C, discuss and take possible action on encumbrance clerk job description.
So again, with this encumbrance clerk, it's splitting it off from payroll and will allow this person to focus on that, and we will do accounts payable throughout the month instead of doing them once a month.
Make our vendors happy.
Yes. Yes, especially, those busy times of year, it's hard for us to keep up with the amount that's going out to keep those accounts open.
And reduce the number of phone calls to
Absolutely.
athletic department, to the admin building.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Stephen, second by Derek. Can we get a vote?
Derek?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Stephen, yes. Greg?
Yes.
Lane?
Yes. All right, Part D, discuss and take possible action on fiscal year '24 compensation schedules for administrators, student support employees, and support employees.
Yes, so you see in your packet the compensation schedules. What you do not see is our certified teachers, because we have not completed negotiations yet. But these compensation schedules reflect the state raise that just came out, and so the different amounts depending on how many years the teacher or the employee has worked in the schools. So we will be reimbursed for certified raises. We will not be reimbursed for non-certified raises. So what you see here is just adding those different amounts to each of the levels. And so if you have the 0 to 4 years experience, that's a $3,000 increase across the board. If you have 5 to 9 years, it goes to $4,000, and it goes all the way up to $6,000, and you can see that color coded here. As you scroll down to the support staff salaries, all of those have been increased for $1 per hour.
Will you repeat, like, for the admin, is it a percentage increase or a dollar increase per scale?
Okay, so for certified administrators and then those professional pieces, the color coding is that 0 to 4 is a $3,000 increase that comes from the state.
Okay.
The employee will also get what the regular step would have been. Does that make sense? So we already had the step increases, and this just adds that state raise to each of those
the normal
sections.
step increase. So
Right.
we're not raising it above the normal steps except for 3,000.
Correct,
each.
depending on how many years. Yes, it gets a little tricky and confusing, but yes.
Okay.
How is that going to work in the future, as far as, say, someone has 4 years right now, next year at 5 years, are they brought up to that level then, or that'd be another action?
Right, we don't really know. I mean, the state can do whatever they want to, and that can affect what happens moving forward. It does get very tricky with, for instance, maybe you have only been an assistant director for 2 years, but you've been in education for 20. So what it has required is that people be moved up on those steps to meet that requirement. And so we've had to go back and see, okay, where were you before? What were you making sure they get their full $6,000 raise,
Right.
and then move them on the scale that way.
Right. Okay.
And so the step only accounts for time in that position.
Yes,
Okay.
typically, yes.
Right.
Now, you know,
Administrator, like,
Right.
if you're an administrator, it could be lateral.
It could be, and sometimes, you know, depending on the experience they're bringing to the table, it may not have been experience as a director, but it was supervisory experience in a building. And so superintendents will make that final decision on where to place that person on the scale, depending on what their experiences are coming in. And just to note, we worked together on this, Dr. Eichelberger, and then a couple of our new hires, as well as our new CFO. We worked together to create these scales.
Sounds like a good job for a new human resources person.
Doesn't it? I agree. Perfect timing.
What other questions?
What's the GM 1, 2?
General maintenance, so it's general maintenance 1, general maintenance 2, and it depends on what their skill set is and if they have certifications. So to be a general maintenance 3, you have to have some other certifications, whether that is journeyman's license. You're doing something to go towards full licensure in some area.
When will these go in effect?
This next fiscal year. So for a lot of these positions, if they're 12-month employees, they will go into effect in July, and for the rest of them, it'll be August.
Are childcare like center just regular teachers? Are they like a teacher assistant scale, or am I missing?
They are on there, they're towards the end.
Yeah, they're the last page.
I saw it, I thought I just saw assistant.
Yes, and they match, that teacher matches is the main teacher in the classroom, and then the assistant in that classroom is paid a teacher or the same as a
Yeah,
teacher
that's what I was
assistant,
missing.
yes.
So the master teachers, each classroom has a master teacher?
Yes.
Anybody else? If not, looking for a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Craig,
Second.
second by Derek. Can we get a vote?
Derek?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Stephen, yes. Greg?
Yes.
Lane?
Yes. Moving on to item 3, consent agenda. Do you know what year we're on the, I meant to ask Matt this, on the turf?
I do not know what year we're
Just
on.
curious, yeah, I mean, I should know.
I don't know, I don't remember.
I just can't remember. Because I know we signed that, I saw sports surface management
Mhm.
on here, and I'm curious to know how much of an effect that they've had. I know obviously it's necessary and,
Mhm.
and it'll prolong the life of the turf, so. I'm assuming that with the three fields, they probably visit all at one time, I would think.
Mhm.
Okay. That'd be 2018, maybe?
I
17?
think it's 4.
4?
I think we're in year 4. We just finished year 4.
Maybe so. I don't know, it all runs together.
It does. Questions on the consent agenda? All right, I'll make a motion, we approve consent agenda items A through H.
Move approval.
Second by Craig. Is that right? Yeah. Can we get a vote?
Derek?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Stephen, yes. Greg?
Yes.
Lane?
Yes. All right, item 4, executive session. Part A, vote to convene or not to convene into executive session pursuant to 25 OS Section 307B1 for the purpose of discussing the employment as listed on attachment B and compensation for 12-month employees as listed on attachment C. I make a motion, we do not enter into executive session.
I'll second.
Motion by Lane, second by Stephen. Can we get a vote?
Derek?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Stephen, yes. Greg?
Yes.
Lane?
Yes. All right. No action was taken by the board. Item 5, action item, discuss and take possible action on employment is listed on attachment B.
I'll make a motion to approve attachment B.
Second.
Motion by Stephen, a second by Derek. Can we get a vote?
Derek?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Stephen, yes. Greg?
Yes.
Lane?
Yes. All right, moving on to item B, discuss and take possible action on contracts and payroll for 12-month employees as listed on attachment C.
Make a motion to approve contracts and payroll, 12-month employees.
Motion by Derek, I'll second. So motion by Derek, second by Lane. Can we get a vote?
Derek?
Yes.
Katie?
Sorry. Yes. I did it one day and I.
Stephen, yes. Greg?
Yes.
Lane?
Yes. All right, item 6, adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Got a motion by Greg, second by Derek. Can we get a vote?
Derek?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Stephen, yes. Greg?
Yes.
Lane?
Yes. It's 5:16. We are adjourned.